Okay, so starting off on your mat, we're going to start with our feet just slightly wider than our hips, toes turned out, and just try and find your neutral position. So imagine tucking your tailbone under, sticking your bottom out, and then try and find that middle position. From there, we're just going to do a little bit of neck stretches. So we're going to start off looking down towards the ground, feeling that stretch in the back of your neck, and then looking up towards the sky. Try and think about lengthening through your chin. And then coming back to the center. Same thing again, bringing your chin all the way down to your chest, feeling a stretch in the back of your neck. Shoulders are soft, knees are soft. Everything else is staying still and looking up. And back to the center. Turning and looking over your right shoulder, trying to keep your chin level with the ground. And back to the front. Your neck is nice and long. Same thing going the other way. And back to the front. One more time, turning and looking over your right. And back to the center. And turning and looking over your left. And back to the center. Taking your arms out to the side. We're going to reach the arms all the way up to the ceiling. And then bring the arms down and reaching behind us. Fingertips come together. Same thing again. Inhale as you reach up. And exhale as the arms come down. Knees are soft, stomach's drawn in. Just be careful you're not arching through your back. So try and think about keeping your rib cage down, your stomach switched on. And last one, reaching all the way up, lengthening through the arms. And exhale as you come down. Good work. Standing with your feet back in towards each other, just a little bit apart. Feet are directly under your hips. We're going to do a little bit of balance exercise. If your balance isn't great, you might want a stick or a chair, or just pop your hand on a wall, whatever you want. Have something handy just in case. And we're going to start standing on our left leg. So again, try and find that neutral position. Your knee is nice and soft, and you're going to transfer your weight onto your left. Hands are on your hips to start, and then you're just going to peel your right foot off the mat, taking the full weight of your foot off the ground. From here, we're going to lengthen, lifting our knee up towards our hip, and then bringing our knee so it's in line with our hip. Same thing again, coming up to 90 degrees, and then coming right down so it's in line with our other thigh. So just working on a little bit of balance here, testing you out early in the morning. Inhale as that knee floats up, and exhale as it comes back down. So after doing a few reps of these, we're going to go through a couple of variations. You'll start to feel that standing leg, the bum's working, the thighs working. Last one here. And coming down, keeping that leg off the ground if you can. Now you're going to take it out to the side and then back to the center. Try and find a spot on the ground that you can focus on just to help with your balance. That's it. Thigh is pointing forward, and you're just opening that leg and coming right back in. Doesn't matter how far that leg can go out to the side. The goal is just opening up through that hip. And we've got one more here. Beautiful. Keeping that leg up if you can. Now we're taking it behind us. Bringing our arms down by our sides if we can, or gently forward just to help steady your balance. So you're squeezing through the bum as you push that leg right behind you. Two more here. That's it. Don't forget about your breathing. And last one. And then reaching your arms forward, just extending that leg behind you. So now we're going to bend through the trunk. So you're going to lean forward as though you're falling forward. That back leg comes off, and then coming back up. So again, you're working that left leg, the hamstring as well as the buttock. Falling forward and coming back up. Two more here. Good. And last one. And coming back up. Well done. Bring your feet together. Give that left leg a bit of a shake. And now moving on to the other side. So bringing your hands back towards your hips. Again, all of your weight's going to transfer onto your right. Just putting that left foot off the mat. Finding your balance. Lifting up nice and strong through that standing leg. Just be careful you're not hyperextending that leg. So keep that knee soft. And then from here, you're floating that left knee up. And coming back down. How you doing, Em?
Yeah.
You okay? That's it. So just taking it as far as you can. Everybody has different flexibility in their hips. So whatever you can manage is absolutely fine. Last two here. And last one. And then keeping that leg in line with your trunk, just letting it float out to the side, opening up through that hip. Beautiful. Three more here. And last one. And then finishing off, hands come forward or just reaching out to the side. And now we're extending that leg behind us. Good, shoulders are soft. Inhale and exhale, trying not to hold our breath. Last three. And last one. And then just extending, straightening that leg behind you. Same thing again, we're gonna bend from the hips so as though we're falling forward and standing up. So you're gonna feel it in the back of that right leg. Good, four more here. Last two. And last one. And then bringing your feet together, give that right leg a little bit of a shake. Moving on into a wide squat series. So bring your feet just wider than your hips. And we're gonna start off hands on your hips, bending down to a quarter or a half squat, and then coming right back up. As you come up, think about pulling up through the thighs, squeezing your bottom. Rib cage, abs are nice and soft. Nothing's working too hard here. Just floating up and down, keeping your tailbone heavy, aiming for the ground. Five more here. Going at your own pace. Keeping those knees nice and wide, getting a stretch through the inside of the thighs. Last three. And last one. We're gonna hold it here. Bringing our arms out to the side. Now we're gonna lift our right heel off the mat and then our left heel. Right lifts and then left. Try and think about keeping that squat in the same position. So it's just your heels that are coming up and down. Four. Shoulders are soft, neck is relaxed, fingers are reaching out strong. Last one each side. And then standing up from there. We've got another 8 squats, coming halfway down and coming right back up. Knees pointing out. Ribs are soft. Exhale and inhale. Last two. Last one. This time we're going to hold it there, reaching our arms forward. Now we're going to try and lift up both heels and lower. Lift and lower. If that's a bit too hard, just go back to your single ones. Just challenging your balance here. 3 more. Last one. Well done. And then standing up nice and tall. Just standing in the center of your mat. We're going to do a couple of toe touches. So hands starting on your thighs. Going to start by bringing your chin into your chest, rolling down. Knees can soften. They don't have to stay straight. And just let yourself hang at the bottom there. As you come up, pull your stomach in. Chin comes into your chest. And then you're rolling all the way up. From here, taking it into a gentle back bend. Hands on the back of your pelvis. You're going to lift up. Try and think about lifting with your chest. And you're just going into a very gentle back bend. So finding that length as you lean back and coming back to the front. Same thing, hands on your thighs. We've got 2 more. Chin to your chest, rolling down. Knees are soft. Pulling your stomach in, inhaling as you curl up. Exhaling at the top, hands to your pelvis, and then opening up through the chest, finding length as you lean backwards. And coming back to the center. Last one. Hands to your thighs, chin to your chest, rolling down. See if you can go a little bit further this time. And inhale, using your stomach muscles to uncurl your spine. Coming all the way back up. Hands on your hips. And then opening up through the chest. One last back bend. And coming back up. Just come down onto the mat. So you're sitting in the middle of the mat. Hands are just on your knees. And your feet are stretched a little bit in front of you. So just be careful you don't have your knees too close. You want to stretch those legs out a little bit so you have some space just between your thighs and your abdomen. And then from here, we're going to start off with our hands on our knees. We're going to try and round our lower back. So think about bringing your chest bone down towards your pelvis, holding that position there. Then you're going to roll just gently halfway back, keeping that curl, scooping your stomach, and coming all the way up. We're going to stay in that position and we're going to keep going for another 6, curling halfway back and coming forward. Inhale as you roll back and exhale as you scoop, coming forward. So you should be feeling your abs working here. Inhale, exhale, 2 more here. Neck and shoulders are soft. It's just the abdomen that's working right now. And last one. So we're going to add a couple of variations. The first one is reaching your hands forward. So sitting up nice and tall, coming out of that position. Give your back a little bit of a rest. And then we're going to come back into that curl. Chest bone towards your pelvis. And then now we're going to roll back. But this time our hands are up. Keep scooping as you come forward. And same thing again. Inhale as you roll back. Exhale as you scoop and come forward. So keeping that round position in your spine throughout. Really getting the lower tummy working here. 4 more here. That's it. Inhale and exhale. Last 2, just going halfway. Inhale and exhale. Last one. And then the last variation, we're going to bring our arms overhead. Holding the arms there, then you're going to scoop as though you're reaching over a big Swiss ball and then rolling back down. The arms stay there throughout. And again, rib cage is pulling down towards your pelvis, scooping your stomach as you come in. Inhale as you roll down. Exhale as you curl up. Last 4. Two more here. And last one. So just to work our obliques a little bit, coming up into sitting, give that back a little bit of a stretch. We're going to do one final set. Hands are just stretched out in front as we were for the second variation. Tucking your tailbone under, rounding that back. You're going to come halfway down. Then we're going to inhale as we reach our right arm just to the shoulder or behind us. And then coming back to the center, keep that position. Inhale and exhale. Good. Same thing again, opening up. So we're working the muscles of the side of our stomach. 2 more each side. Inhale as you reach. Exhale. Keeping that stomach scooped. Your back is curved. Last one. And then chin to your chest. Sitting up nice and tall. Good work. Coming down onto your mat. So rolling flat onto your back. We're going to carry on into just a couple more ab exercises. So the first one is chest lift. You're going to have your arms reaching to the sides. If you do have a little bit of a sore neck or these sort of bother you, just have your pillow there so you can place your pillow under your head. And we're going to start by tucking your chin into your chest, curling up, reaching your hands towards your knees. That's it. Exhale as you curl up. Inhale as you come back down. Again, if that's still too much pressure, you can use one hand to support your neck as you're curling up and rolling down. 4 more here. So just your shoulder blades are coming off the mat, tailbone stays heavy. Trying not to arch your back as you go down or come up. Just feeling the pressure of the mat into your back. Last 2. And last 1. And then holding it there. So now we're going to come up into that chest lift position, but we're going to hold it there and we're going to do some pulses. So bringing your chin into your chest, curling up. Then from here, we're going to pulse, reaching for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rolling back down. Again, you can support your head with your hand if you need to. Same thing again. Chin into your chest, hold it there, and pulse for 8. Keep breathing. Yep, and rolling back down. So you should be feeling those stomach muscles working. Same thing again, chin to your chest, curling up, and pulse. So you're bringing your rib cage down towards your pelvis. Stomach is on. 2, 1, and rolling down. Last set. Chin to your chest, curling up, and hold it there. And rolling down. Good work. Bringing your legs into tabletops, we're going to move on to one set of hundreds. Now you've got a couple of variations here. You can either have your hands just reaching at your sides, your head stays flat, or your pillow under your head, and you're just pulsing your arms, breathing in for 5, and then out for 5. If you want to take it to the next level, you can lift your head up, breathing in, or alternatively, you can have your legs down and just breathing in with your head up this way. Whichever position you choose, you can change it through the session. So as we're doing the hundreds, you can lower your head for a couple of the sets and then come back up. So pick the position that you'd like to start in, and then from here, bringing your chin to your chest, arms are reaching out at the side, and we're breathing in as we pulse for 5 and breathing out. Good. Keep it going here. We've got 10 sets, trying to keep it nice and steady, and out. In and out. Arms are strong, stomach's drawn in. Don't forget to use your breath. Lower your head if you need to, or if you want to lower one leg, that's fine as well. Last 4, breathing in and out and in, out. Almost there, keep going, 2 more. Well done. Bring your knees to your chest and just give yourself a little bit of a hug, just rocking your hips side to side. And then we're just going to finish off with some single leg stretch and some crisscross. So you're going to extend your left leg out to 45-degree angle. Again, thinking about what's happening in the lower back, so making sure you're not arching your back. And your leg just should be at a comfortable position. If that feels too challenging, then bring your leg up a little bit. And then from there, you're going to straighten your opposite leg, grabbing onto your left knee. So we're just switching from side to side. Inhale and exhale. So if you'd like it, take it to the next level, make it a little bit more challenging. You can lift your head up. So your head is up for this and your leg can come a little bit lower. Nice and slow and controlled for 4, 3, and last 1. And then we're just going to increase the pace a little bit. So now we're going to do 8, a little bit quicker, 5, 4, keep it going, 2, last 1, and then bring your knees into your chest. And again, just come down onto your mat, give yourself a little bit of a break, and then we'll go into our final crisscross. So hands are behind your head. You can either start with your legs bent. So your left toe is going to drop as your right knee comes in towards your left shoulder. And then we're going to switch. So that's your first variation. Alternating sides. Switching from the left to the right. If you want to make it a bit more challenging, you can straighten that leg and alternating sides. So keeping the chest open. You're not coming very high off the mat. You're staying relatively low. That's it. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. And then we're just going to try 4 quick. 1, 2, nice and strong. 4, and knees to your chest. Just placing your left foot on the mat and then your right foot, reaching your legs away from you, arms over your head. Give your tummy a bit of a stretch. And nice deep breath in. Well done. We're finished the abs. So rolling onto your side. Grab onto your pillow if you have it close by. We're going to do some buttock work here. So lying on your side, either the pillow just under your head, or if you want to have your hand just resting. So you're going to lie with your hips stacked one on top of the other. Knees are just at about 60-degree angle just in front of you. And then from here, you're going to lift your ankles up. And we're going to do a modified clam. So you're lifting that top knee out and then lowering down. So it doesn't matter how high it comes. The most important thing that you want to focus on is keeping your stomach drawn in and your hips stacked one on top of the other. Neck and shoulders should be relaxed. You should feel like your head is supported either with your hand, lying flat on your mat with your arm, or having the pillow under your head. And you're just lifting and lowering. So we're working the side of the buttock here. We've got 4 more, just nice and slow and controlled. That's it. Last 2. And last 1. And then we're going to take it into an extension. So you're going to open your leg like we were just doing, and then you're going to straighten that knee. Toes come together, and then the knees close. Open, straighten, toes together, knees close. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. That's it. So we're going to feel a little bit more through the back of the hamstrings and the buttock on that top leg. Good work. Everything else around your trunk is staying nice and still. We've got 4 more here. Again, it doesn't matter how large your movement is. Just moving within your body's limits is absolutely fine. Last 2. And last 1. Almost there. Good work. So keeping that bottom leg bent, top leg is going to straighten, and you're just going to bring yourself up onto your elbow. So we're going to finish off with a bit of a side bridge before we change onto the other side. So pushing yourself up, supporting yourself on that right shoulder. Left leg can be on the grass. Left arm's reaching up towards the sky. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, then take that left leg off so that you're supporting yourself just on your elbow and your knee. And we're going to hold it there for a good 10 seconds. Hold it there, nice and strong. Just be careful that hip isn't sagging. So you don't want it down on the mat. Think about pushing up through your shoulder and pushing up through your bum. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then lowering everything down and just rolling on to the other side. So same thing again, using your pillow or your hand to support you. Having your knees and hips bent just at about a 60-degree angle. And then from here, lifting your ankles up, and we're opening up through the knees. So hips stacked one on top of the other. Stomach is drawn in. Shoulders and neck are nice and soft. That's it. Good, nice and slow and controlled. You should be feeling it just in the side of the buttock. We've got 5 more here. Last two. And then we're going to take it into an extension. So starting off with that opening and then extending the leg, bending, and knees come together. Open, straighten that knee. That's it. Keep it going. Got our neighbor's dogs going crazy. Well done. Opening, extend, toes together, coming back down. That leg might be feeling a little bit heavy. Almost done. We've got two more here. And last one. And then just bringing your legs down, propping yourself up on your left shoulder. So just make sure your elbow and your shoulder are in line. That bottom leg stays bent, top leg is straight. And then reaching that right hand up towards the sky, holding it here. Otherwise, if you want to take that next progression, lifting that top leg up, toes are facing forward, and pushing down through that elbow and that hip or that knee on the mat. Holding it there. Well done. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then lowering that leg, coming all the way down. And we're just going to come onto your stomach next. So we're just going to work through just a couple of little stretches, stretching out our stomach and our lower back. And then we're going to finish off with some kick series. So just holding that position there. Try and think about straightening your legs on your mat so that your kneecaps are coming off the mat. A little bit of tension through your bottom and pushing down through your elbow. So you're lifting your chest and your ribs off the mat. Holding that there. Does that feel okay on the back? And then bringing your hands down just to the side of your shoulders, pushing yourself up and coming into child's pose. Knees are open, wider than the mat if you can. That's it. And then coming back down onto the mat. So now we're going to start off in that position, but we're going to add some leg kicks. So bring your legs a little bit closer towards you. Again, you want to think about lifting those kneecaps up. So you've got a little bit of tension through your thighs, pulling up through your thighs. And then from here, keeping your toes pointed, we're going to pulse your right leg 3 times towards your bottom, and then lengthen and stretch it out back down onto the mat. Same thing on the other side. And then straighten. So you really want to think about pulling your lower stomach up so you're supporting your back. You shouldn't be feeling any load through that lower back. If you are, you can come down a little bit lower so you're not up so high. Otherwise, if it's too uncomfortable, then you can come straight down onto your stomach if you find that that's really uncomfortable on your back. You have a couple of options there. Pulse, 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 and then lengthen as you stretch. And lengthen, that's it. So squeezing the bum as you bring that toe towards your buttock. Neck and shoulders are soft. And keep breathing. 2 more each side. Last set. And last one on the left. Now coming down onto your stomach, you're going to turn your head to the left. So your left cheek is resting on the mat. Hands are just behind your back. So now we're going to move into double leg stretch or double leg kick. So feet are a little bit closer together. So I'll take you through the first one. So now we're going to do kick, kick with both legs for 3. And then as we straighten our legs, we're going to pull our hands together and we're going to lift our chest up and lift our legs up into that extended position. Then we're going to rotate our head the other way. Kick, 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 and then extend. Kick, 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 lift and extend. If you find that's too hard to lift your chest up, keep your head flat and just try and lift your legs up. Same thing the other side. Kick, 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 and extend. Well done. 4 more here. Good, last two. And then lowering your head down to the left, arms by your sides. Just turn your toes under, placing your hands at the side of your shoulders, and then just coming into a 4-point position. So we're just going to stretch out our lower back and our feet here. So keep your toes tucked under. We're going to go into cat-cow. So rounding your back, pulling your stomach in, tucking your tailbone under. Chin comes into your chest. And then inhale as you let everything fall to the mat and looking up. 2 more just like that. Drawing your stomach in, rounding your back. And inhale as you let everything fall. Last one. Exhale as you curl, trying to make the movement as big as you can. And inhale as everything comes down. Good. Rolling onto your side, facing forward. We're just going to finish off with a couple of stretches. So the first one is a stretch for the front of our thigh. Keep your bottom leg bent up, so your knee is almost parallel to your hip, grabbing onto that top ankle. And then you're going to try and bring your knee and your thigh so it's in line with your trunk. So you're feeling a nice, comfortable stretch down the front of your thigh. Be careful you're not letting your back go. So try and think about drawing your stomach in, squeezing your bottom, and pushing your pelvis forward more than trying to bring your ankle to your bum. So you should feel a comfortable stretch in the front of that thigh. And breathing there as you hold that stretch. And then letting it go. We're going to roll onto our back. Still using that left leg. We're going to grab onto the back of the left leg, reaching our foot up towards the sky. So we're going to put a footprint on the clouds. Try not to let your back flatten. So again, think about keeping that tailbone anchored. So you have a little bit of a gap in that lower back. That'll give you more of a true stretch in the back of the hamstring. And then just making 4 circles in one direction. And changing direction, same thing going the other way. And then one last time, reaching that heel up towards the sky, getting a nice stretch in the back of the leg. Good. Bring that leg down, straighten your right leg, and then we're going to take the left leg, and we're just grabbing onto the outside of the knee and the outside of the ankle, and then we're just gently pulling across the body. So feeling a stretch in the buttock, holding it there. And then bringing that left leg down, bring your right leg up, and we're moving on to the hamstring stretch on the right side. So again, lifting, try and really think about lengthening through that thigh, pulling that whole leg out of the hip socket. Heel comes up towards the sky. And then doing 4 circles in one direction. And 4 in the other direction. And then one last stretch. Try and see if you can make that leg just a little bit longer. Heel up towards the clouds. And then bending that knee, straighten that left leg, grabbing onto the outside of the, just coming on to the other side just to do the second quad stretch. So try and think about keeping your hips stacked one on top of the other. Your thigh is in line with your trunk and you're squeezing your bottom, just getting a stretch through the front of the hip and the thigh muscle. Holding it there. And then bringing your knees together, grabbing onto your pillow. We're just going to finish off with some telescope arms. So keeping your knees drawn up towards your hips. Hands are pointing forwards. You're going to reach your fingertips past your bottom hand. And then reaching all the way up towards the sky and taking it back behind you. Bending that elbow and coming back around. If that stretch is a bit too much for you, you can make a variation, which is a bow and arrow. So you're just dragging your fingertips, keeping your elbow bent, and then trying to bring your elbow down towards the ground. Getting a stretch through the front of the chest and that upper back. Same thing again, big breath in, using the variation that you prefer. And last one. Inhale as you reach, and exhale as you take that arm into a stretch. Well done. Pushing yourself up. Same thing onto the other side. So again, making sure those knees are bent to 90 degrees, protecting that lower back. Hands are stacked one on top of the other. Inhale as you reach those fingertips forward. Exhale, taking that hand up to the sky and reaching behind. Coming back around. Inhale as you reach. Exhale to stretch. One more here. Inhale, finding length in that arm. See if you can get a little bit further. And coming back around. Just push yourself up into sitting. Sitting with your legs crossed, hands on your knees. We're going to round our back. Think about collapsing, scooping through our stomach. And then exhale as you reach forward, pushing the chest forward. Same thing again. Inhale, scooping, rounding that back behind you. And inhale as you come forward. And then reaching ribs to the right and back to the center. Ribs to the left, back to the center. One more time each side. And left. And then big breath in, reaching your shoulders up towards your ears. And exhale as you let them drop. One more time. And exhale. Well done. Thank you very much for joining me. Good work for getting on the mat, and have a lovely day.
Thanks for watching, swimmers. If you've enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe to the channel below, and also consider checking out our Swim Smooth Guru at the link below too.